It's 12 o'clock. Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan. Happy Labor Day to you. Hope you're able to be off and enjoy this day today. This is a day that's set aside to honor our workers. And today there are some concerns about workers' rights being stripped away here in our state and across the country. In the state of Indiana today, there are some 20 demonstrations planned. Our Jenna Webster is at one of them downtown at the Indiana State House. And Jenna, tell us a little bit about the issue that's bringing together this group that's behind you right now.
Yeah, and you're right. There are somewhere around 24 protests happening across the state, including this one right here at the State House, just getting underway right now. You can kind of see everyone behind me is starting to gather around on the steps of the State House. Again, this one is supposed to last until about 3 o'clock today. It's hosted by Indy Resists in collaboration with Indiana 5051. There's really no set speakers for this protest today. They really want it to be kind of an open mic type style to talk about what's on a lot of these signs here. Workers over billionaires. That's kind of a big theme of this, along with fight for your rights. We've seen a lot of people with signs, with shirts talking about resistance, seen a couple people with local union shirts on. Of course, that iconic Rosie the Riveter shirt out here today. But they really want people to be able to talk about the issues that are impacting them in the workforce today, whether that's labor laws, job conditions, and of course the future of the workforce under this current White House administration. We just minutes ago talked to one of the organizers of this protest today about some of those big issues that she wants to highlight.
We've lost a lot of federal employees due to cuts. We've had a lot of people that have stepped back. People in the CDC have recently resigned because they're not able to do their jobs. So we really just want to get our workforce back to be able to do the work that they were hired to do.
Back out here live again, these are going to be some of the big themes that we're going to be talking about at this protest over the next 3 hours. We're going to be listening to what they have to say and bring you those stories later tonight starting at 4 o'clock. Again, like we mentioned, there are about 20 protests happening around the state today. So we're not just here. Our Ella Rhodes is at another protest today, so she will about also what some of those big labor issues are that people will highlight on Labor Day today. Ann?
All right, Jenna, thanks so much. Yes, I believe Ella's going to a protest today up in Anderson to learn more about that. We'll check back. Jenna Webster, nice job. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the Labor Day forecast now. It is sunny outside. It is beautiful. We're still in the low 70s. It's cool. You know what we call this? The capital G, the capital glorious day when it's sunny and 70 and then a plus because it's a holiday and a lot of people can be out and enjoy it today. It's wonderful.
We are ringing in September. Hard to believe August is already over, but as we look ahead, this month we're going to see a lot of ups and downs in September. It's that transitional month as we welcome in the fall season eventually. Not ready to do it just yet though. We're certainly going to enjoy some nice mild weather. Got some sunshine out there. High pressure remains in control of our weather right now, and we are looking at some rain back to our west. It's going to stay there. Over the next several hours, in fact, we're only going to warm our temperatures up from here. Right now we're at 75 with sunshine here in Indianapolis. Does it get better than that? 73 in Muncie, 74 in Shelbyville, and 72 in Richmond. Again, this temperature trend upward this afternoon going to take us back into the low 80s. And after what seemed to be a relatively warm weekend, we actually only had highs in the upper 70s. Got back to 78 yesterday. I think we're going to be a little warmer than that today. We're going to get back to 82, which is basically right where we should be at this point in the season. And then eventually clear skies tonight. Temperatures fall back through the 60s. Forecast highs across the board. There you go. Low 80s for most of us. Temperatures will once again be back into the low 80s for your Tuesday and even into Wednesday. But we've got our eyes on a midweek cold front. Gonna have this weak little ripple in the atmosphere come through on Tuesday. That might spark a stray shower down near the Ohio River. But our main rainmaker is going to arrive on Wednesday. This is Wednesday afternoon. Might see a stray shower pop up ahead of that main boundary. More widespread rain, perhaps even some embedded thunder possible. But this is mainly going to be a late Wednesday into early Thursday morning rain event. And of course, you know what comes behind that cold front. Drop in temperatures, only looking at highs perhaps in the 60s on Thursday. We're going to talk more about that temperature change behind the front coming up in your 7-day forecast.
All right, thanks so much, Lindsay. But in the meantime, today is a beautiful day, and a lot of people want to be out and about and enjoy this great weather, maybe even make a day on the lake. And today, the Indiana DNR is reminding you that if you do that, to keep water safety top of mind. Ashton Hackman has more of their message.
On the waters of Geist Reservoir,
we'll probably see a fair amount of boaters on the water.
6-year Indiana Conservation Officer Hunter Lawler and his partner are geared up and ready for the wave of Hoosiers set to hit the lakes for Labor Day weekend.
Typically, Memorial Day through Labor Day is our peak season. Labor Day is kind of the tail end of it, the last summer holiday, and people are going back to school, so traffic tends to start slowing down.
With beautiful weather expected, Indiana DNR is preparing for big crowds.
The Ohio River all the way up to Lake Michigan, conservation officers are going to be on the water for this holiday weekend.
Officers won't just be enjoying the lake breeze, they say they'll be proactive about water safety, checking for life jackets on boats and cracking down on drunk boat drivers.
We're always looking for sober operators. That's our number one goal, is safety. So looking for sober operators on the water, just as officers are on the roadways.
And life jackets, one for every person on every boat. On jet skis, it must be on the entire time.
We understand that people come out on our waterways to recreate and have a good time with their friends and family, and we're all about that, and we support that. We just want people to use some due regard, stay vigilant, look out for each other, and obviously having sober operators and safety equipment on board boats is the number one thing that we're looking for.
Indiana DNR looking for water safety as Hoosiers look for Labor Day fun on the lakes. Reporting at Geist Reservoir, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Now that's a fun assignment. Thanks, Ashton. Now, if you happen to be out and about on the water and you find that yourself in a situation where you need help, you can always still call 911. After that, you can also call the DNR Central Dispatch number. That number is 812-837-9536. This would be a good number for you to program in your phone in case there's an emergency. So to help you do that, we've posted this number on this story for you right now. You can find it at WTHR.com. Labor Day today is a federal holiday, meaning that schools, courthouses, and banks all closed today. USPS, FedEx, UPS not delivering today. Also, if you have trash and recycling pickup that usually is scheduled on a Monday, that moves to Tuesday. To our news headlines now, turning now to IFD's investigation into a house fire that broke out on the city's northeast side. It happened around 6:50 this morning. The home sits just east of 38th Street in Keystone in a neighborhood called The Meadows. Our team at the scene tells us there were multiple fire crews out there working to put that blaze out. We're told it was a vacant structure and no injuries are reported. IMPD now is investigating an early morning shooting. This happened near Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and West 29th Streets. It happened around 1 this morning, just after midnight. Officers tell us when they arrived on the scene, they did find a person seriously hurt that was located near a liquor store. That person went to the hospital in critical condition. We're told that person has now been upgraded and is considered stable. Police say they found shell casings and multiple cameras in the area, and they think that that could help them find the suspects responsible. Witnesses also say they saw a young man and a woman leave the scene driving in a red Chevy Equinox. Anyone with information is urged to call IMPD, or you can call anonymously to Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS. And a heads up for drivers this week. Indigo is now starting construction on the Blue Line. Remember that? We've been talking about it for a long time. This is that 24-mile project that connects the west and east side. The airport on the west over to Cumberland on the east side, primarily traveling along Washington Street and also along I-70. Well, the first impact to drivers on this project will start tomorrow. It'll be on the west side. Washington Street will be closed from Belmont Avenue over to Harding Street. This is a closure that's going to last about 6 months. There will be one lane open. That way drivers can access homes and businesses that are in that area. Also, keep in mind, the intersection of Washington Street and Sherman over on the east side will also close tomorrow. That east side closure is slated to reopen in about 2 weeks. This is all due to work on utilities and sewer lines in that area. INDOT is now offering truck drivers a brand new option to take a break after spending hours and hours behind the wheel at work. This is a new rest area that is now open northwest of downtown in Boone County. Truck drivers, you know, are required to take breaks during their long hauls, and this is a new site. It's along I-65 north of Lebanon, and it offers more than 100 spaces to get some much-needed R&R. Indiana Motor Truck Association says that in Indiana, you'll often find trucks that are parked on the interstate entrance and exit ramps because there isn't enough space, and that, of course, does pose a hazard for all drivers on the interstate.
They need a lot more truck stops built for professional truck drivers because we definitely have a shortage of parking spaces.
INDOT's on it, planning to add 1,200 more truck parking spaces in the years to come, and that will double the current capacity.